Hi, I'm Nicole Kimmel. I'm the Aquatic Invasive Species Specialist with Alberta Environment and Parks. We're here today standing in front of a stormwater management pond in Lethbridge, but we could be standing in any pond. There's actually 70 that we know about across Alberta, all the way up to Fort McMurray even, of goldfish being introduced into stormwater management ponds.
One thing people may not know is that these ponds, these stormwater ponds in these residential neighborhoods, they drain into our natural rivers and water bodies. And whenever we put goldfish or other species into the stormwater ponds, they also drain into our rivers and lakes. But one thing we can be certain of is that when these species are released into our rivers and lakes, they compete for resources, and they compete for resources with our native fish species that depend upon those resources, either whether it's food or space to occupy, or whether it's consumption. It's a competition, and oftentimes it's our native fish that end up losing out in that competition.
Really don't want these invasive fish in our rivers. The Oldman River is just downstream of these ponds, and so we're trying to make sure that people know, do not dump your pets in these ponds, do not let them get into the river.
This is a big issue for the community in that it's not an easy situation to resolve. There's, there will be a reckoning at some point where we have to spend a lot of money to remove or eradicate the fish in those ponds before they cause greater environmental damage.
Goldfish that are located in this stormwater management pond were actually physically introduced. Contrary to urban myth, they were not flushed down the toilet. That fish will not survive that avenue for introduction, but fish diseases might, so that's why we encourage folks to never flush any fish. If you do have a dead fish, including a goldfish, we encourage you to put it in the landfill.
One easy thing that everyone can do is report invasive species. And you can use the Alberta Invasive Species Council EdMaps Alberta app. It's a free smartphone download that you can utilize to report invasive species. It's jam-packed with identification resources and everything you need to learn your invasive species and to be able to report them. Once we receive the reports, they're sent off to the local authorities so that action can be taken. And we use all of the data to create a provincial distribution map of invasive species. So it's really easy. When you're out and about, bring your smartphone and tell us when you see invasive species.
If you don't want your goldfish anymore, be a responsible pet owner. Find another home that is not a stormwater management pond. Ask a friend, contact a pet store, contact a rescue society. They might be able to help you. Whatever you do, don't let it loose.